But same thing happens in reverse. Get the move wrong, gamma kills your delta fast, super fast. Also, side note, I am recording this and I will be posting this for you guys. So you guys can always go back if you guys did not understand something or it was too blurry for you. So yeah, just wanted to cover that real quick. So why, this is actually so funny that we started talking about 0 days to expiration. So why should you care, especially with 0 days to expiration? Contracts with short expiration like 0 days to expiration have insane gamma. Insane. That's why you can go from 0.20 to $2 in 2 minutes. But that's also why you can go from 2.00 to 0.05, you know, because of theta and all that. Faster than I wrote some corny lines in this, so bear with me. Faster than your wife left after seeing your Robinhood balance. I wrote some jokes, okay? Forgive me. Imagine you're driving a car with no brakes. Gamma giveth and gamma take away. That's basically how that works. Okay, so let's dive into dealer hedging, the true market movers. When tons of people buy calls, dealers sell them and hedge by buying the stock. When they buy puts, dealers hedge by selling the stock. If price moves in one direction hard, dealers have to hedge more, which accelerates the move. That's what creates gamma squeezes and nukes. As you can see, if you look on the chart right here, where is it? Oh, it changed. Damn. Okay, I guess this could be used as an example. So see how we nuked down here and we grabbed this and then we bounced, right? That would be, I guess, a gamma nuke, if that makes sense. So with that being said, showed you guys a little quick example. That's what gamma is. So any question, does that make sense? I'll wait for a second so the stream can catch up to y'all. Okay, perfect. Okay, it caught up to y'all. All right. Part 2, call walls and put walls, the invisible force fields. Okay, now let's talk about put walls and call walls. The level where price bounces or rejects like clockwork. This is something I've noticed since I started trading gamma. The market will usually pull up to an area and then just completely, nuke, or it will bounce, or so on and so forth. So what are they? A put wall is where there's a huge stack of open put contracts, and a call wall is where there's a pile of open call contracts. These are places where market makers are overloaded with contracts and they don't like taking on risk. What happens there? Picture this. If price drops towards a big put wall, dealers hedge with buying stock. Upward pressure equals support. If price rises toward a big call wall, dealers hedge by selling the stock. Downward pressure, resistance. That's why there is resistance, okay? It's like the market is hitting a tire wall on a racetrack. It might bounce off, or if it breaks through, it's chaos on the other side, okay? Makes sense? So, practical trading application, okay? So when you see flow hitting a name aggressively, gamma expanding, or price approaching a major wall, that's your signal to either scalp the bounce, fade the rejection, or prep for a squeeze if we break through. Combine gamma behavior plus flow plus these wall. It's a crazy edge in these markets, okay? That's how in Discord we have nailed these crazy moves and crazy squeezes. And when the market looks like it's just like going down and you're like, okay, I'm going to dip by this. Like we are going to bounce here. Because half the time there's an order block with a gamma level and then you hit that and you skyrocket, okay? So that's how you can use gamma in that sense. It's really, really helpful. And remember, These aren't mystical lines, they're hedging zones. Dealers are just trying to survive, but if you understand where they're hedging, you can trade like a sniper. Okay? You really can. While everyone else trades like they're playing roulette. That is how gamma works. It's very, very simple concept. It's awesome. I a triple A plus setup for me in Discord is if we have an order block mixed with a gamma line. That is straight up like the best setup for me that I can um, see. It's awesome. So, let's dive into the chart really quick. So right now for tomorrow, the gamma's kind of equal on both sides. So we have 22,100, that's 17%. 21,895, that's 3.44. This is NQ, by the way. This is what I chart for QQQ because you get all the access to London and Asia session, and that is what you need if you want to be efficiently trading this. So 21,895, we have an order block here. Most likely, we're going to see it draw up into this area and then reject. But if we go above it, we're going to squeeze up to 22,100. Okay. So same thing goes for down here. If we start breaking down and this is like where it can either bounce, or if it breaks below, you're going to see a squeeze. That would be that gamma nuke squeeze. That's what you would see down here. Okay. So yeah, that is what gamma is. It's a very simple concept. It's awesome, and it's super helpful. So yeah, do you guys have any questions, concerns, anything you guys want to know? This class is, can you show the same for U and H? Yes, I can. Let's do it. Let's open up UNH. All right. All right. So this is the most recent trade we are in for the $500 challenge in Discord. This is what we're in. So we got UNH, right? So we hit this zone right here, which we ended the day nice. We squeezed up. So we got this zone right here, this 310 zone, right? Then we have this squeeze zone. It's breaking above it. If we can hold above this and create make this basically the support, we can see a squeeze all the way up to 320, because look at that. We got 71% on the second call wall. That's strong. So that's going to be a strong pull. So that's why price is going to pull to 320. Okay. It's very, very simple. I use right now a paid indicator. It's called Option Gex Pro. It's by Tanuki Trades. It basically just pulls up the gamma. It pulls actual data from like call contracts and put contracts, which is really, really helpful. It basically cuts your time in half. Not in half, it cuts it by a lot. So how do you see the gamma lines on the chart? And if there are gamma lines both up and down, how do you know which one it will go towards? So that Tanuki Trades is how I use it, because it pulls data from all the option contracts. And then how do you know which line it will go towards? That's mainly just based on what the overall volume is doing. So let's say like, we have this order block here. It's not, like it's whatever side is like the stronger pull. I hope that makes sense. It's like you got to dive into like longer time frames and see what the overall trend is. It's basically what the overall trend is. So if you're like looking down, you can see like this is only 12%, 8%, 19%. It's not that strong. The call side is more strong. It's 67. This is the highest, and this is 71. So the stock wants to go up. It doesn't want to go down, and it's also just like areas of liquidity. So it's just okay, like this right here. I can almost probably guarantee you 320 is area of liquidity somewhere. I'm looking on order blocks right now to see. We have massive resistance up in here. I wouldn't say this is an area of liquidity, but it definitely is an area that it wants to. I guess this would be a gap fill. Yeah, so I guess this would be a gap fill. But yeah, it's just mainly identifying what the overall trend is, basically. Hopefully that makes sense. Are you able to backtest with this gamma indicator? I don't know. I've never tried it. We can try it right now. Fuck it. All right, let's do replay trading. Let's do launch bar replay. Let's do a random bar. Okay. Nope, I remember. You can't. You can't because it's actively pulling the data and it refreshes every 15 minutes. So, unfortunately, you can't, which sucks. But it is nice because it does refresh data every 15 minutes. So, it is nice. Any questions or concerns? Like, we can hang out in here. You guys can ask me to identify stocks, like what you want me to look at, whatever you guys want. Oy. Let me see if I don't even know if I'm live on TikTok right now. Let me just check this really quick to see. Yeah, it's not even live on TikTok. That's annoying. All right, that's something I gotta fix. All right, so RKLB and Riot. Okay, let's take a look at these. Are almost all you from my Discord? All right, let's take a look at Rocket Lab. It's on the 1 hour. For some reason, it doesn't pull for certain stocks. I don't know why. All right, I'm just gonna go in order for you guys. I'm just gonna go in order. So RKLB, I could see it retesting this 32 zone, but it is gonna be pretty tough. Like we have this support that's good. I don't see it dropping below this because this is on multiple time frames. So if we go under the 15, this is going to be some sort of resistance, but if you can break this, you'll see 29 pretty fast, and that's going to be another area that's going to be hard to break. So, you wanted me to look at Riot. Okay, let me take a look at Riot. Okay, let's see. All right, we got Gamma over here. Okay. Okay. See how we hit that 10.50 area for 75? And this blue means it's going to be a chop zone because the support is it in both. The what the fuck? Can I not talk? The pull is too strong. So, that being said, I could see a bounce from this up into 11. You're going to hit some resistance here, but if you can break above this, you're going to see 12 pretty fast, but you're going to have some hard times getting through 11. 11 is like where all these blocks are. Well, the last half of 11. So, yeah, that's what I see on Riot right now. So, yeah, so just keep an eye out on here. If it starts breaking this 1050 area, I would not touch anything. I would just sit out until it breaks back above this area. Okay, let me QQQ for tomorrow. Let me take a look at QQQ. We have CPI data tomorrow, and we hit this zone right here, and we bounced. I would be surprised if we nuke, but it can happen with PPI. That is significant data tomorrow, so just got to be aware of that. And any analysis we do is really not going to make sense unless we get the PPI data, which is unfortunate, but also kind of why I wanted to sell today. I sold into strength with those contracts that we had in Discord. And then you guys want me to look um with UNH, why wouldn't you want to put a put with the stop loss above the gamma line? Like, what makes you more confident in buying a call versus the put? Just because it has a stronger pull. Um, Jesus. Just because it has a stronger. Did my thing just not. What is happening? Just because it has a stronger pull to the upside. Like more calls. Like more of a call wall. I guess you could do it that way. But it really depends on like, okay, is there if I guess you could play it like this. You could be like, okay, once it hits 320, you can play a put because it's going to reject off that line. But the risk to reward, I just would I don't think it'd be worth it. Rather than if you get above in the squeeze zone, the risk to reward is like pretty good. When is PPI? PPI is at 5:30 in the morning. For me, because I live in California. So, what's this software again? This software, the Gamma stuff. The Gamma is Tanuki Trades. Let me share that link to you guys. Give me a second, and I'll send this over to y'all so y'all can get this. It is one of the most awesome things I've ever used. What the hell? What? What do you mean? Give me a second. I'm just logging in. Okay. That's annoying. All right. 141. Just logging in for y'all. Let me see how I can share this. Hello? What the hell? What the helly? Okay. Just give me a second, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to get this for y'all. Just looking right here. I don't know why this didn't go live on TikTok. That's kind of really annoying. Anyway. Well, that's weird. Yes, I do have a promo. Um, let me see how I can share this. I'm trying to get this for y'all. Okay, there it is. All right. What? Okay. Oh, you fuckers. I'm having a hard time logging in for some reason. It's being annoying. What the hell? All right, let me refresh this. Brother. Okay, whatever. Let me get this link. I don't know why I used my personal email, but hello, what the hell? Tanuki. Okay, there we go. Jeez. Okay, copy. Let me know if this sends you guys the link. I don't know if it does. Well, okay. Let me see if I can share it here. Okay. Oh, god damn it. That is the gamma indicator. You can do a free day 7 trial, and if you use code Orion, you get 10% off of the indicator. It's awesome. You guys are able to click that, right? For some reason, it's annoying. All right, let me answer this. What are your thoughts on Apple for tomorrow? Went below the 200 gamma put line. Okay, let me see. 198. I'm actually really surprised it broke this zone. Okay, so now we're in a squeeze zone. This is a perfect example. Now we're in a squeeze zone, right? We finally broke this, and this was a really hard area, but once it breaks, it's going to fly down to 195 probably. 197 is going to be your first bounce zone mixed with this order block, so we could see a slight relief bounce, if not a full recovery. But if we hit this bounce and then break through, we are going to see 195, and then this area is most likely not going to be broken, and the gamma squeeze will be over. Makes sense? Okay. Hymns. All right. Let me take a look at hymns. I love hymns. One of my favorite stocks. Huge area of resistance. We are probably going to see it squeeze to 60, which is only a couple dollars, but it is going to be hard to break this zone right here. This is going to be pretty hard. 58, we could see it hit this and just absolutely nuke down. Personally, I want it to go back to 25 so I can buy 100 shares, but that's just me. So yeah, we're probably gonna hit this zone 58, which is 94 call wall. Hit this, maybe go above it a tiny bit, maybe up to here to grab this liquidity resting right here, and then we are probably gonna see it just absolutely drop down into like the 54 to 53 area. So maybe fuck it, maybe I'll play puts on this. I don't know yet, but we will see. I gotta figure out how to make it stream on TikTok. I don't know. Okay, I am live on TikTok. Okay. Weird. Weird. Okay. Sorry. I got distracted. But yeah, does that make sense for Gamma, everybody? That makes sense. I'll do more free live streams, but it's probably mainly going to be for my mentorship people. Um, you can take a look at pricing with the link in my bio. I do offer a subscription base now for mentorship if you guys do want to take a look at that. Or I offer, yearly or lifetime prices on that. But yeah, this is just a quick free thing that I wanted to do for y'all, and I wanted to give you like some cool knowledge on Gamma and how it's been really successful. And it's been great for me, and hopefully it can be great for y'all if when y'all do this. So yeah, I think from there, if you guys don't have any final questions, I think I think I will be hopping off of here. So I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Um, and yeah, yeah. Have a good night, y'all. I'll let the stream catch up. So just in case you guys have last minute questions. Yes, sir. Have a wonderful night, guys. Now, how in the hell do I stop streaming? That's my question.